We have created 4 potential scenarios. Each one represents a different future in which we might find ourselves. Let's take a look at them. Global marketplace. A decade after the global financial crisis of 2008, concerted efforts by governments and markets lead to a slow but robust recovery. Due to reductions in regulation, global trade surges in terms of both volume and value. Price volatility becomes a big challenge. To manage it, a basket of global currencies replaces the US dollar as the international reserve currency. Most industries witness impressive growth. China, India, Brazil, and Russia emerge as new drivers of the global economy, along with the developed world. Liberal immigration reforms become the norm, allowing for extensive international travel and movement of workers across the globe. This is the global marketplace world on November 2nd, 2037. One world order. Mankind has awakened to the reality of limited resources. Oil production has peaked. Water and energy are scarce. Tensions between nations escalate and bring the world to the brink of war. A centralized global power emerges to ensure an orderly regulation and the sustainable use of the world's limited resources. As nations work towards compliance, global trade continues to thrive, becoming more stable and predictable. Regulation redefines the free market. Manufacturers come together to create large-scale production clusters and ultra-efficient supply chains. Cities learn how to reduce environmental impact, engaging citizens in sustainable practices. This is One World Order on November 2nd, 2037, where we all work together today to ensure a better tomorrow. Neftastique. Recovery from the financial crisis of 2008 takes more than a decade. International relations become strained during this time. Following the first global energy crisis, competing industrialized nations invest heavily in developing countries in exchange for exclusive access to energy sources and raw materials. Regional trading blocs emerge. Trade flourishes within these blocs but is diminished between them. In the North American bloc, domestic manufacturing and the seamless exchange of resources establish a strong economic cluster, inspiring regional pride and a sense of purpose shared by millions. Energy prices are high but stable. The goal of self-sufficiency is closer than ever. This is the world of Neftastique on November 2nd, 2037. Millions of markets. Over the last few decades, dramatic technological breakthroughs have changed how we work, where we live, what we eat, and how we communicate. Like a number of other nations, the United States has become increasingly self-sufficient. Even individual regions and cities within the country are following this trend. Advances in fabrication and smart materials have transformed the economics of manufacturing. Small batch factories coexist next to the consumer. While the volume of imported goods has dwindled, global trade in intellectual property, services, and some raw materials continues to grow. The rise of safe, small-scale nuclear reactors, along with abundant natural gas reserves, has reduced the need for imported fuels. Virtualization technologies have enabled professionals to work and live anywhere across the US. As a result, the country has experienced a greater migration towards more livable and social mid-sized cities. This is the widely fragmented yet highly connected world of millions of markets on November 2nd, 2037.